also like to ask the Secretary Possible for the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Pursuant to Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, the Open Public Meetings Act, public notice of this meeting was filed on January 5th, 2023, with the Office of the Secretary of the State of New Jersey and 3 newspapers: the Cherry Hill Courier Post, the New Brunswick Home News Tribune, and the Newark Star Ledger. Pursuant to Public Law 2020, Chapter 11, public notice of the meeting has been posted on the Rutgers website under Governing Boards. I just want to take a moment to ask all of the members if you've reviewed the agenda and meeting materials for the meeting today, and if anyone has a conflict of interest to disclose at this time. Seeing as there are none, we can continue. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Possible. We have one item on the agenda today, the contract approval for football offensive coordinator at Rutgers, New Brunswick. The Committee on Intercollegiate Athletics and the Governor's Executive Committee each reviewed and endorsed the proposed contract terms for a football offensive coordinator for the Division of Athletics at Rutgers University in New Brunswick. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Engelson, Vice Chair of the Board and Chair of the Committee of Intercollegiate Athletics, to review the proposal. Mr. Engelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With your permission, I hereby move the hiring of Coach Kirk Shiraka, currently the offensive coordinator at the University of Minnesota, to be hired for the position in question at the annual salary of $1.4 million for a 3-year period.
Thank you, Mr. Engelson. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Talbot. Thank you very much. Before we move forward, there was a member of the public who has signed up to speak on this agenda item for the meeting. The speaker will be allotted for 2 minutes and must speak on the agenda item they signed up for. I understand that Mr. Charlie Creditville, the editor of New Brunswick today, has signed up. Is he on the call?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, Mr. Creditville. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. I note that the Secretary read a notice that this meeting is compliant with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. However, Section 2 of that act states that the adequate notice requirement for public meetings must include the agenda, quote, to the extent known. This board, no doubt, had the knowledge that the hiring of a specific individual to a specific position would be on your agenda today. But for some reason, the matter was only listed with this vague description, quote, personnel matter. Of course, we just learned from Mr. Engelson the identity and the terms of the proposed contract. So I'm grateful to now have that information. But for the record, when I signed up to speak yesterday, I asked the Secretary to provide those specifics, for example, the identity of the personnel and their proposed compensation. And while the Secretary promptly responded to my note, the response did not include any of this information. So we're just now getting official confirmation of who this person is and the extensive salary that's been proposed. And so given these facts, I can't weigh in one way or the other on the item, but I'm instead taking this opportunity to raise up the issue of transparency and encourage this board to be more transparent today and in the future. I'll note this is one of the few public bodies in the state to impose the onerous requirement that members of the public sign up in advance of the meeting to speak. And again, this board is a major outlier in that you do not provide an opportunity for general public comment on matters that are relevant to the university. This is out of step with New Jersey's local governments, from our small towns to our big cities and our school boards, where the public is accustomed to having the right to address their leaders about relevant issues. So I would ask respectfully, one, going forward, make your meetings truly public by offering members of the public a chance to speak about university issues, rather than restricting comments only to action items on your agenda. 2, end the 24-hour advance sign-up requirement and let people speak if they take time out of their day to attend your meeting. And 3, please consider offering more time for the public to address you. 2 minutes is often not enough for the important issues that should be coming before this board. But today, it is enough for me to make these comments, and I thank you for hearing me out. I hope sincerely that you will consider my suggestions and improve transparency and access for the public to this board. Thank you and have a nice weekend.
Mr. Crowderville, thank you very much for your remarks. And we will absorb those remarks accordingly. At this time, I would ask for a discussion on the item that was seconded by Mr. Tambusi. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment of this meeting.
Adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, everyone. This meeting is adjourned. Have a good day and have a great weekend.
Take care.
Bye now.